Alright, welcome back. We're at the same spot here. This is where we left off. This is our seedling that we put up. I am really quickly going to run back. This is honestly, this is probably just going to be a quick episode of me collecting some of the things that I missed in the fen here. So we're just going to run back through here. I think we gotta go this way. So yeah, this is back where we were before. That's our shortcut that we dropped. We're just gonna keep running back this way. Honestly, I'm just gonna try to avoid as much as I can. I may have to engage some of these enemies here, but we're just gonna keep going and try to avoid them. Alright, cool. We're gonna go Umbral here. Run down here. This is what we missed here. We gotta talk to Iron Wayfarer.
If having your eyes open to the Umbral realm hasn't driven you mad yet, then maybe you'll endure. Although you never really get used to it. You just learn to balance on the edge and ignore the whispers telling you to jump. I came to Mornstead. I made a mistake, but now I'm going to... I made a mistake.
Alright, so from what I know about him, he's like the character from the first Lords of the Fallen. See, I originally thought this was the first Lords of the Fallen, but I was mistaken. Because there was one that came out before. But it's an older one. Don't want to risk dying. I'm just gonna pop through here. This is, I don't know if you remember this, this is where we fought the dude with the face, where he like pulled his face open. Actually, you know, I think I'm supposed to go the other way, but we can get some of our health back here. No, I messed up. I was wrong, it actually was this way. So we're just gonna try to kick this guy down, try to not fall down ourselves. There we go. Alright, and then this is going to be that ladder from the beginning area that I was talking about before where I couldn't figure out how to get to it. Let me check this house real quick. I don't think there's anything in here. Maybe it's hiding behind this. Yep. Well, mana stone cluster. We're not playing magic, so it's not really that important. Maybe something in here. Yeah, and then now we're back where we were before. Looks like there is something on top of that building that we missed. Oops, I hit X instead of A. Alright, cool. So now we have, I'm pretty sure that's everything that we had missed. So that ladder from there is going to bring us down to over here. Right where that is. This is back towards the beginning area. So at this point we can honestly just run back this way. There's a few enemies, but I'm just going to avoid them. And we are going to go back to our vestige here. So we're going to rest the vestige. We can upgrade real quick. I don't remember why I was trying to get agility up. Let me see here. I guess let's rest real quick. That way we can get some health back, de-aggro any potential enemies. I don't want those guys sneaking up on me from down over that way. So not totally sure. We got a ton of these spears. Not totally sure why I was doing agility. Let's see. Definitely wasn't to get that. Oh, it was this sword here. So yep. And at this point, I don't really need any more agility. What I do need is a lot more health. So we're just gonna get health up to a decent amount here, and then I guess we'll go endurance up a little more too, just to make it a little bit easier for me. Since I've been running out of stamina a lot, it'll be nice to have, but you know, health is always good. And then really quick, we can check here. I don't think any of this is too new. That we checked, that wasn't good. Increased resistance to poison, that would be good for this area. So what do we have active? Increases vitality and increases maximum stamina and stamina regeneration. I think those are going to be what we're going to stick with. Yeah, those two rings, the maximum stamina and vitality. Because vitality, I believe, yeah, is the health. So I was just looking at that. I can't believe I forgot it already. So we have increased health, increased stamina, increased health, which is good for us being, you know, more of a tank style build. Well, good for me, you know, whatever. And then we got some more magic things. But yeah, we're not a big magic player. Honestly, I forget that I have it most of the time. And then now that we have a ton of these spears, we can sell some of them. We definitely don't need that many of them. It's a good bleed weapon. That will be good a little bit later on. This is what I think one of the ones I was looking at is if I can get my strength and agility to 20 and 25, then I could do the dual wielding of the great swords. They don't have any extra statuses, which kind of stinks, but having dual great swords would definitely do a ton of damage. I mean, let's just go see here, test this on this first guy. I guess it doesn't do too much, but you know, I mean, it's just cool. You know, what's the point in playing a game if you don't think your character's cool? And you know, obviously, we're not able to wield the butcher's blade as effectively, and we're obviously doing heavy rolls right now since we have overweight. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, and I mean, it's just cool to have two great swords. You know, as a strength player. This is kind of cool. I'm not sure what that one is. So I'm gonna go back to maining the one I can use properly, even though it is, you know, obviously a little bit less strength or less attack power. It's only less by one, so it's fine. And then for the secondary, this could be a nice little secondary bleed weapon. I'm still at medium. I might continue doing that. See if we have any other ones that are good. This small poison, just a broken bucket, obviously not useful. That's pretty good. It's got both poison and bleed, so maybe I'll use this one instead. Nothing. Bleed, but not as good as bleed as this one. This is poison. This one is actually pretty good to have as a secondary there. I might honestly use this one too. A lot of options. So 80 bleed or 80 poison. So that's a good one. So it's between. Sorry, it's between the That'll be good too eventually if I choose to dual wield the giant swords, um, giant battle axe. So this will be good. Um, poison. This will be good for poison and bleed. It's a little bit less attack power, and then this will be good for bleed. I think I'm just gonna keep running this one for now, and then we'll check our armor here. I know we got a bunch of new armor. That's kind of interesting looking. I like to have, obviously a ton of physical damage resistance. You could focus a little bit more on poison resistance too, at least if in this area, but it's not that big of a deal since we're done with it at this point. I'm gonna keep the that head cage that we have there. It seems like that's probably the best that we're gonna get for a long time. And then this is gonna be what we're using right now. It's 25. It's 24. So this is actually better armor for less weight. That's better armor for more weight. It is kind of cool though to have the full set of armor, but we don't want to be heavy, so we'll go this for now. Just a little bit better. And then what do we have here? We got 9 for 2.5. Yeah, obviously we can't do too much because we don't have the endurance to run that, but check here what we got. This is a 3.9 and sorry, 3.9 and a 14. It's obviously a lot heavier, a lot better damage mitigation. So we could do this. I kind of want to stick to having the night leggings because it's a lot better, but obviously we don't have the endurance to hold that, the encumbrance. So we're gonna go back to what we had for that, and then back to what we had for this. So check here. Just want to double check or wait. Yeah, no, this is probably going to be the best we're going to be able to get for a while, until we can get our endurance up. So we're going to worry about getting the endurance up next, probably, and then we'll just go black and black and black. Looks pretty good. So at this point, we're going to move on. I'm going to make this a nice, quick episode here, just because there's not a whole lot to do at this point. Just wanted to finish up the Fen area and double check our armor and see what weapons we have. And now we're going to be going into our next boss fight. I did see, this would have been probably a couple episodes ago, that statue lady that I had killed because I wasn't sure how to get that weapon from behind her. She was an NPC that we could have saved. That's kind of interesting. His staff just stuck there in the ground. Um, she was an NPC that we could have saved, so we locked ourselves out of that, which is not that big of a deal. I'm not going for 100%. I'm not going for platinum playthrough. I'm just going for finishing the game. It does kind of stink though. Obviously, you want to be getting as much as you can. And then I guess really quick before we end the episode, since we're basically going to be doing this in the next episode, just this boss fight, we can I'll teleport to Skyrest, and then from Skyrest we can get some armor sets. Obviously, I'm not switching armors. I'm not buying any more armors or anything like that. We can talk to some of these people, see if any more dialogue has been opened. Um,
That heretical as are you.
Alright, that's the same thing you said from before.
There's a point at which but if you insist on continuing to punish, then I suggest you venture into the woods.
Unnaturally frozen and home. They also contain one of the beacons to which you've dedicated. And who knows what other treasures might be found there beneath this. Mornstead may be little but a blood-soaked ruin at this point. That the rest, even without the help of those grotesque Rogar, with men of all they need someone to unite before they all tear each other apart like dogs. You look tired, friend. You look tired, friend.
So he actually gave us a, what is that, a key? So we have another catalyst we can't use, but yeah, not totally sure what that's for. Not totally sure what these are for. These are obviously the maps. Yeah, so some important things, some not so important things, I don't know. I'll figure out some of the stuff, I'm sure.
While even the handling of such items is objectionable, all facets of this While
Oh,
even the
okay.
handling of all facets of this While even the all facets of this two fellow one a paladin who sacrificed, the other a harrower. When she stole with the council, an apparatus I would see returned to me by your harrower Dervla can be found in the tenebrous bowels of the mine. A fitting place for one who has turned her back on Aureus light. Whatever poisonous lies Derva may spit at you, heed them, for they are nothing but the foul blasphemies of a fallen name. If the abominable Rogar and heretical sentinels were not already reason enough to demand Mornstead's cleansing, consider those feculent savages who wallow in that swamp, for there is no place within Aureus light for such beasts. Death is a merciful release in the face of sin. Vanguards are well versed in infiltrating secluded and hostile territories, and Mornstead is certain let the presence of this road that wherever sin may, it will always be found and whatever, for they are nothing but the foul.
Alright, so he basically is telling us, we gave him a bunch of stuff to further dialogue. I'm sure, I don't know exactly what it was, what all that stuff was that we gave him, but it looks like we can get a hammer from him, an axe, a dagger, I don't have the ability to use that, but I think this is like how you make your weapons, you know, holy, and then holy salts. Basically just a bunch of stuff that, I don't know, you give to him to continue the story. That would be probably all this, yep, quest stuff. So we got rid of a bunch of this. I'm not sure where this goes, or this. These are upgrades. There's our lamp. Boss remembrances, and I don't know where this stuff goes. But so that basically advances the story a little bit. He tells us that once we go down into the mines, there's going to be someone who turned their back on the light of the world or whatever. From what I remember, because I did get to that, at least that part when I originally had played this a while back. The person that he's talking about is basically trying to tell you, they're trying to tell you to like let the umbral take over, right? So we have our umbral, we have a deer who's, you know, the corrupted bad person. Well, bad is relative depending on how you view the story. And then we have our, you know, holy people, which is like the main group that we're currently in. We're helping them. So from my understanding, what they want you to do is either pick a side, right? Um, we're picking between the Umbral ending, which is going to be the let the Umbral win. We're picking between a deer winning, and then we're picking between the Holy winning, or like the main anti-Adir. We're picking between them. So those are the three options that we have. Realistically, I'm probably gonna side with Adir. I can't even lie there. Adir seems like the like entity of the world, and I don't really trust the whole preachers people. Um, Everyone has their own opinions on whatever. I think that people can't always take people at their word, right? They say that they're saving the world. Are they really saving the world? Or are they just trying to So we're gonna side with the deer, which means we're not cleansing any of these beacons. When we get to the beacons, we're just gonna leave them alone, and we're gonna continue on the story. Yeah, that's gonna pretty much wrap it up for this episode. Just a nice little quick one, finishing up some of the stuff that we had left unfinished from before, um, getting some of the lore for the story, and getting ready to go to our next boss fight. So thanks for watching. The next one will be a lot more in depth, I guess. And I mean, I don't know. The next one's gonna be a lot cooler than this one was, because this one didn't really have a whole lot of fighting. It was just more walking around, getting lore, world building, getting items, making sure we talked to all the NPCs. The next one's going to be immediately jumping in and fighting a boss, and then from that we'll go and explore the next area. So we have we got some action in